And without y'all helping me see my wife again, I'm very appreciative of that, because that was a gift that y'all gave me back.
And I just want to say thank you to everyone that assisted her in giving her another chance life.
Because of them, I'm here today. They said I died twice and they brought me back.
You have my undying gratitude. To live long enough to see my grandkids grow up, it's, I spend more time with my sons and their families and all that.
This afternoon is an informal celebration of life. The overarching feeling that we want everyone to express today is to know that we are a much larger community of humans and providers, and that we are so thankful that we're here to be able to recognize the patients that were saved this past year, as well as to pay homage to the many, many hands from many, many agencies who are responsible for making it happen. So from the bottom of my heart, thank you very much for your attendance today.
To repeat some of Will's thoughts, it's really an amazing day to be here today, an opportunity to be here because of the crowd that has gathered, what it represents. So much work has went into making this event possible. But it's more than just this event. It's about what has happened to make this day possible. And I would say that it is a great honor to stand before you today, and we celebrate what is and will continue to be an amazing thing that reaches far beyond just those gathered here. And it touches the lives of so many people in such a powerful way. I would say that there is no greater passion than the commitment these providers and responders offer to make a difference by giving their all. I would say that there is no greater service than the excellence they each deliver as part of an amazing team. And there is no greater joy than the celebration of life. Today we are thankful this passion, this service, and this joy have come together to create the opportunity for this special celebration, this special gathering. Today is about a difference that has been made by an amazing system, giving us another chance at life, another day to hug our loved ones, another day to smile, another day to love, and another day to just be. Every person here has some special role. Every person here has offered their heart in some way to make this day possible. Today, I would say that we are thankful for our senior leaderships, our system leadership, and our governmental leadership that believes in their programs and support the delivery of their programs in a way that they're successful. We're thankful for the agency leaderships that encourage and permit excellence. We're thankful for a medical director with a vision and permissiveness to change. And we're thankful for interagency collaboration and willingness to do the right thing without worry for who gets credit. And we're thankful for the providers and responders who are here today, who challenge what it means to say best practice, and who ask the hard questions about their care in order that their care may be improved. But most of all, we are thankful for the patients and their families who join us today, because you remind us why it is that we do what we do. This event today reminds us that successful outcomes are not only possible, but highly likely when an entire system comes together with a common goal. And without taking away any of this information that Lieutenant Cannon will share later, I will simply say that this year more people walked out of the hospital in Cabarrus County after suffering a cardiac arrest than at any point in our history. You'll hear numbers, you have heard the numbers, but what I would say to you today is those numbers, well, they have a face and they have a family, and you each now are part of a much larger family. In the time following the formal part of this presentation today, I invite you to spend time with each other talking, remembering, and reflecting on where we are today. I would say today is a day for living. Thank you.
What's interesting is this is our fourth episode of this, and I am always very impressed. I'm very humbled, and I start stumbling after a while, so now I'm going to start reading. So this is an award ceremony unlike any other you've probably been part of. We honor the lead actors and actresses, seemingly chosen at random, to be in the movie of their lives. And like all good movies, you need a great supporting cast and a crew. The men and women of Cabarrus County's emergency services practice for these roles every day. It starts with city and county officials who have pledged support to fund a quality system of care. It includes the equipment we use, the constant training that they support, expanding the system as our county grows. It is teaching CPR to our citizens. It is placing AEDs in our schools and government buildings. But the true system of care begins when somebody makes that first call to 911. Anywhere in Cabarrus County, you'll be connected immediately with the dispatcher. That call is routed to the communications center at the Sheriff's Department, where an MC begins the show, directing a response by first responders and EMS to that scene. Simultaneous direction occurs while the communications specialist follows his script, guiding the caller to provide help to the victim before the arrival of the first crew. On arrival of those first responders, whether it's fire, police, or EMS, the choreography of survival begins. CPR, airway control, defibrillation, IV placement, medications, heart monitors, cooling. It's a ballet of professionals all working together, battling the odds to help your heart to restart, keeping your brain safe, saving your life so that you can continue your role in this movie. And after careful packaging and transport, you are delivered to the emergency department at Northeast. There, another cast of supporting staff take the handoff from the paramedics, continuing the life-saving actions started in the field. Interventions, medication, cooling, and further evaluation, looking to find a cause and prevent deterioration. The same group of doctors has been here for 24 years, bring all their skills and experience to bear, coordinating emergency nurses, technicians, and respiratory therapists to build a framework of care and support in the hospital. From the ER, you are escorted to the ICU by the emergency team for continued care and treatment. Intensive care doctors, nurses, and techs work to fine-tune your performance, continuing your path to the award show tonight. Multiple players may be called on to assist you in your survival, from cardiology, radiology, neurology, internal medicine, and cardiovascular surgery. But finally, you are discharged home. And at that time, you may even be followed by our community paramedics once you get home. And then, finally, you're here. There is no Oscar or Emmy, there's no paparazzi, but you are surrounded here by fans. Think of it as your Super Bowl. We are here to applaud the system that rose to the challenge of saving your life, giving you back to your family and friends. It is not fame or glory that we seek, it is the satisfaction of seeing and hearing you, the stars of this show. Welcome back.
We do a lot of events here in Roper Commons and in our auditorium, but this is by far my favorite event. This is an opportunity to reunite patients with the people who actually saved their lives, people who cared for them. And there's nothing more special than being part of this event and seeing the reaction to seeing folks that cared for folks during a very traumatic part of their life. But today is extra special for me. It's extra special because my family's here. Hi, Mom. I've always wanted to do that. Hi, Mom. My family's here because on August 16th, while visiting from Florida, my dad went into cardiac arrest at my house. He was home with my mom and my 8-year-old daughter. My wife and I were out on a date. We were getting ready to celebrate our 11-year anniversary, and he went into cardiac arrest. And so, you know, it was clear to me that God put him here in Cabarrus County to have his arrest, because God knew he would get the best care here. He would get the best care from the first responders, get the best care from the emergency department and on the floor here at Northeast. So this brings me to a question. How do you adequately thank somebody when thank you will not convey completely how grateful you are? How do you thank the 911 operator that talked your mom through CPR? How do you thank the first responders that provided life-saving interventions on the floor of your family room? How do you thank the ER doctors and nurses that stabilized and initiated Code Cool to minimize the impact to my dad's brain and his other organs? How do you thank the ICU nurses that cared for my dad 24/7 and brought him back when he coded twice and provided daily encouragement to me and my family? How do you thank the respiratory therapists and ICU doctors that managed his pneumonia? How do you thank the cardiologists and cardiac surgeons that use their training, their skill, and their God-given talents to figure out how to apply the long-term fix to my father? And finally, how do you thank the many other people that played a vital role in bringing a husband, a father, a grandfather, and a brother back to his family? I don't know. I don't know the answer to that. I wish I had some profound or wise answer, but I don't. All I can do is to say thank you, thank you, thank you from the bottom of my heart. And speaking on behalf of my mom in particular, we want to say thank you as a family for all the work that you guys do every day to the residents of Cabarrus County and surrounding areas. We are blessed to be in this area. We are blessed to be part of an organization that helps people survive. That's what you guys do every day. You don't get nearly the recognition that you deserve for that, but today is a celebration of life, and I want to be one of the first ones to say thank you. So with that, my mom's blubbering down here in the third row. I'd like to invite my family up to the stage, and we'll start the survivor recognition.
Not to put you on the spot here, but we just want to get a sense of where you are right now after what happened and what's gone on since then.
Well, I feel actually fully recovered. I've gone through all of the cardiac rehab, both here and in Jacksonville, and I'm able to play golf now. Not very well, but I'm still playing. And I'm fishing. I'm spending time with the grandkids, spending time with both sons, and like I say, I feel fully recovered. I'm exercising at least 3 times a week, trying to get the heart rate up, and everything seems to be fine.
That's fantastic.
And for that, I thank all of you guys. I mean, it's a whole community, as Mr. Crowley said. It isn't me that did it, it's you that did it, and for that I'm eternally grateful, really.
Well, we're glad to have you here today. It's very exciting to have one of our patients be able to stand up here and talk about it. We don't get a lot after it happens, and it's weeks, sometimes longer. So this is how we say thank you to you, because we know that you're okay now.
Because of you and all your efforts, I am fine, and I hope to be fine for a long, long time. You know, the script that Dr. Crowley was talking about is exactly what I went through. You know, I was out of it for a long time, and I don't remember you guys being there, but I'm so thankful you were. And I woke up in ACCU From then I had the open heart, and like I say, everything is great because of that, and it's all because of you. And I'm grateful.
Thank you very much. Is there anything that you'd like to say to the crews that were there? And
I don't know who was there because I was out of it, but I want to know, I don't remember anything from that day at all, but I would like to thank everyone for their help, and because of them, I'm here today. They said I died twice and they brought me back, so for that I'm really grateful. Thank you.
well, today provides that opportunity for us to meet and for you to say thank you, and for the rescuers to meet you, because we, like I said before, we don't know what happened to you after the event, so it's nice that you're here and able to be with us. So after the ceremony, we're giving you a gift, and we'd like you to meet up with the rescuers afterwards so you can shake hands, put a name with the face, and everything. So what have you been doing since then?
Just not much of anything. I lost my husband June the 13th after I had my heart attack, then he had a heart attack, and just went out and adopted me a dog to keep me company. And my sister-in-law here, she comes and helps me a lot, so I'm doing great.
Well, that's fantastic. We're really very happy that you're here today.
Thank you. I am too.
You're welcome.
Mr. Davis prepared a letter that he has kindly allowed us to share with you today. In his own words, I wanted to put this in writing so that I make sure I don't miss anything. Most of the time when I speak, I end up not saying something that I wanted to say, or I trip over my tongue when I say it. You're certainly not alone in that, Mr. Davis. This letter is addressed to the people who saved my life, my heroes. I woke up early on Easter morning. It was one of those days where everything was going right, not a cloud in the sky. My wife and I had plans to go to my cousin's house and have Easter dinner with my family. Knowing that I had plenty of time to get ready, I decided to go upstairs and get on the treadmill to walk a few miles. I normally walk 3 miles a day, and it was one of those things that I was accustomed to doing. I could do it with very little effort. I felt great. No discomfort in my chest, no dizziness, no pain at all. If you had asked me if I was ready to wrestle a bear, I would have told you, wait until I get off the treadmill, and I will wrestle him before my shower. I remember passing the 2-mile point, and then my lights went out. I had no warning, no gripping chest pain or discomfort or anything. My memory stopped there. My wife had to fill in the blanks. She heard me fall off the treadmill and ran upstairs with the phone in hand, calling 911. When she got to me, she said I was not breathing and that I had already turned blue. She started chest compressions. Within a few minutes, my heroes arrived. And I would argue that Mrs. Davis is the first hero on that scene. We're not really sure about the numbers, but I believe there were 2 EMS units, firemen and police officers present. I am still amazed when she recounts what took place, not only for me, but also for her. While I was being worked on, you had someone helping and assisting her in understanding what was taking place and what would be happening step by step. It appears that I was over the limit of what the normal time frame to come back to life, but you kept working on me. I am so thankful that you didn't stop. You are truly my heroes. This includes everyone that assisted in our care, from the 911 operator to the person that held the door while I was being rolled out of the house, to the lady that kept checking on me by texting my wife for updates. I understand I was placed in a medically induced coma for several days. I know it felt like I had been laying on a block of ice for a week. It was somewhere around 4 or 5 days before I woke up and knew what had happened. My recovery took longer and was harder than I expected, but I have fully recovered from this heart event. And yes, I'm back on the treadmill again, but only doing 2 miles a day. Haven't made it to 3 yet. Show off. I don't deny that God made all of this happen. I have thanked Him, but now it is time to thank the fine people He used as His instruments. Each morning I wake up, it's because of what you did. My wife would be a widow today if it wasn't for your effort. Even my dog is thankful, because each day he greets me wagging his tail, and it is because you didn't quit. You didn't give up on me. I am sure you lose some people, and I can't imagine how hard it is going to bed thinking about that. But please remember us too. I made it, and it was because of you. From our hearts, we are thankful to you. You are our true heroes. Thank you, Mr. President. Would you care to host the event next year? I don't think I could say it any better myself. Thank you so much.
While they're doing that, I just want to take a second to let everybody know, and I've got a lot of our crews here and firemen, nurses. We couldn't do it if we didn't have the support, even us as paramedics. We do a certain thing, they do a certain thing, firemen do a certain thing, and it's a well-refined process. We practice on this, we train on this, we tweak it where it's necessary. And for all the other staff that's out there, I just want them to know that we're appreciative for what you guys do to support us, and we hope that we can help support you along the route. So it's not just the survivors, it's the crews, and we couldn't do it without everybody. So thank you. We are very glad to have you here today. Is there anything that you'd like to say?
I want to thank God for everybody. I talked to him, I prayed to him, and he told me, he said, I want you to go there, and I want you to tell each and every one, which is brothers and sisters, they're doing a very good job. And every time I hear the fire truck, policemen, or medics, I say a prayer right then for the people that's hurt, and for the drivers. Please, God, keep them safe and heal them. It's just not, words can't say how you really feel about these people coming, saving you. God has his hands on that individual. God is the one that's given that person the strength and the courage and the knowledge of what to do. We all are his sons and his daughters. And I thank God. I thank God so much that words cannot say for my family, for my husband Robert and my brother Martin coming and sharing this event, and what it took to get everybody here and everything that was done. We're a big family, and God wants me to let you know that every day you wake up and you put your socks and shoes on, and you might not feel like, well, I got to go here today, I got to see this today, I've got to deal with this today. But remember, he's got you. He has got you every step of the way. And he loves you. He thanks you for every day of what you do to save his child. And I want to say I love everybody in this room as my brother, sister, mother, or father. I love you, and God loves you. He wants you to keep on saving our brothers and our sisters. I love you. I'm glad to be alive. And without him and the gentleman that pumped my chest, I want to see who he is. Because he pumped so hard till I was sore. I got to see him. I don't know where he's at. But I have got to let him know and hug him and thank God for him, that he had that kind of strength to keep on. My neighbor said he wouldn't stop. He wouldn't stop. He kept on and on. And I felt it when I woke up. But I thank God for him. I thank Jesus. Thank you, Lord. I appreciate it all. We all a family. I'm here by the grace of God. Thank you.
Thank you, Ms. Hughes.
This is for you.
I believe your husband has something to say?
Well, I wouldn't expect to ever see myself up here around all these wonderful, beautiful people. But I want to say one thing, that we all supposed to be here to help one another, uplift each other, and continue, you know what I mean, pour blessings on one another. Because without the blessings, we is nobody. You know what I mean? The blessings will make us to be the people that we are. Because we had the love and the compassion for each and every one of us. It's not a black or green thing. It's a brother. It's a united thing. And united means we all stick together. We all in this together. And without y'all helping me see my wife again, I'm very appreciative of that, because that was a gift that y'all gave me back. My wife, that we've been married going on 17 years. And what's more, that is something that valuable and that's precious to a man is his spouse. And once you lose your spouse, you only get one. You might get another lady, but it ain't be like the same one that you have. You know what I'm saying? So I'm thankful that you gave me the chance to keep the one that I got. You know what I'm saying? So I won't have to go in that direction again. You know what I mean? Because one is enough. And God bless all of y'all. I love you. Have a good day.
Well, hello there. You look fantastic.
Fantastic.
That's wonderful. We sent you some questions to give you something to think about, so I'm going to put you on the spot here. What has the second chance of life done for you?
It has enabled me to be here and embrace and love my family and friends, and also to just be able to see everybody. You know, it's a second chance to life, really.
So you're taking this opportunity to do anything fun? Anything different?
Well, I'm being more active, exercising more, and I'm involved in some volunteer work. I go to nursing homes.
Well, that's great. We like to hear that.
Yeah. So.
Okay. And who are these nice women behind you?
These are my two sisters, Beverly and Sandra.
And would either of you like to say anything?
I would just like to say thank you to the 2 paramedic staff that came and assisted my sister. I understand today in talking to them, she gave them a hard time. She was waiting on me to get there. What can I do except pray? And I just want to say thank you to everyone that assisted her in giving her another chance life. The staff here at the hospital was very good, and paramedics also. Thank you, thank you, thank you. We had just lost a sister the middle of August, and this happened to her at the end of August. So I just want to say thank you, thank you, thank you for all you did for her.
I bet you it was the paramedics' profound pleasure to make sure that she stayed with you.
And I would just like to second that emotion, to thank the paramedics, to thank the hospital staff, the emergency room staff, the doctors, the nurses, the respiratory therapists, everyone who was involved with my sister to assist her and to give her a second chance. Thank you so much from the bottom of my heart.
Thank you. We're very happy you're here today.
I'd like to say how grateful I am to see this day and every day that I wake up. I am so grateful to the good Lord Almighty that He saw fit to leave me here. And I am so grateful to the 2 angels that responded to the 911 call that was made. Mr. Todd and Mr. Carlos. and how diligently they worked with me, even though I gave them a terribly hard time. But yet and still, they worked with me, and I understand my heart rate had gone down to 30, and still I was saying, I'm not going to the hospital. Don't take me. I'm not going. But they were so persistent and so very kind, and I am so appreciative. And I say to all of the EMS workers, I am just so grateful for all of you. You are all so very special, special. And it takes special people to do the jobs that you do every day, in the spirit of excellence that you do it. And then also to all of the hospital staff that came in contact with me, I'm appreciative to them as well. And to all of you, I say much love, much, much, much love, and God's blessings upon all of you.
Thank you, Ms. Cowan. Thank you so much for all the patients, the survivors, and the families of those survivors that came with us today. We know it's difficult to come on this stage and speak. There were many other survivors this year, 22 of them in fact, who were not able to be with us today. That does not diminish the impact that the crews had on their lives.